What if that weird little habit your cat has isn't cute at all? What if the thing you laughed at yesterday was actually your cat trying to tell you something is wrong? Because cats don't complain the way dogs do. They don't cry for help. They hide it. And sometimes the first signs of trouble look so small, most owners miss them completely. Today, we're talking about 7 weird cat behaviors that are more serious than they look. And if your cat does even one of these often, it may be time to pay closer attention. Cats are mysterious by nature. That's part of why we love them. They do strange things, make odd sounds, stare at walls, hide in random places, and suddenly act like tiny furry aliens. But here's the problem. Some behaviors that seem random, funny, or harmless can actually be subtle warning signs of stress, pain, illness, or emotional distress. And because cats are experts at hiding discomfort, these signs may be the only warning you get, so let's get into it. 1. Hiding more than usual. At first, this one doesn't seem too alarming. Cats like hiding. They love quiet corners, dark closets, space under the bed, and spots where they can disappear for a while. That part is normal, but if your cat suddenly starts hiding more often, staying hidden much longer, or avoiding people when they normally don't, that can be a red flag. Many cats hide when they're in pain, frightened, or not feeling well. It's an instinct. In the wild, a vulnerable cat survives by becoming invisible. So if your affectionate cat suddenly vanishes for hours, or your social cat no longer wants to be seen, don't brush it off too quickly. It may not be moodiness. It may be your cat's way of protecting themselves. And if hiding comes with other changes, like low appetite, less grooming, or unusual quietness, that makes it even more serious. 2. Licking one spot over and over. Cats groom themselves all the time. That's normal. But when grooming becomes intense, repetitive, or focused on one specific area of the body, it may be a sign that something deeper is going on. Maybe your cat keeps licking the same paw or the belly or near the tail or one side of the body again and again. To many owners, it just looks like extra cleaning. But excessive licking can be linked to skin irritation, allergies, fleas, pain, stress, or even internal discomfort. Some cats overgroom because of anxiety. Others do it because one area hurts. And licking becomes a self-soothing response. If you start noticing thinning fur, bald patches, red skin, or the same repetitive licking every day, don't assume it's just a quirky habit. Cats rarely obsess over one spot for no reason. 3. Suddenly becoming aggressive. A cat that suddenly swats, bites, growls, or lashes out can seem rude, moody, or mean, but in many cases, aggression is not a behavior problem first. It's a discomfort problem first. If a cat is in pain, overwhelmed, or scared, even a gentle touch can feel like too much. That means a normally calm cat may suddenly react in ways that shock you. Maybe they snap when you touch their back. Maybe they hiss when you pick them up. Maybe they growl when another pet gets too close. A lot of people punish this behavior or assume the cat is becoming difficult, but often, the cat is simply trying to protect a body. That doesn't feel okay. Any sudden shift from calm to defensive deserves attention, especially if it appears out of nowhere, because when cats feel vulnerable, they don't explain, they react. 4. Meowing much more than normal. Some cats are naturally talkative, others barely make a sound. That's why the important thing isn't whether your cat meows a lot. It's whether their vocal behavior has changed. If your cat suddenly starts meowing more than usual, especially at night, around the house, near food, or for no obvious reason, there may be a reason behind it. Excessive vocalizing can be connected to stress, confusion, discomfort, boredom, aging, or health issues. And for older cats, it can sometimes be linked to sensory decline or cognitive changes. A cat that cries in a hallway, meows into empty rooms, or sounds unusually distressed may not be acting weird. They may be trying to communicate that something feels off, and because cats don't use words, their voice may be the only signal you hear. So if the meowing feels different, not just louder, but more frequent, more urgent, or more restless, pay attention. 5. Watching the litter box but not using it normally. This behavior confuses a lot of cat owners. Your cat may go into the litter box and come right back out. They may dig for a long time. They may keep going back to check it. They may sit nearby and seem uncomfortable at first. It can look like fussiness. Maybe they're being picky. Maybe the litter changed. Maybe they're just acting strange. But abnormal litter box behavior can be one of the most important warning signs in cats. It may point to urinary discomfort, constipation, stress, pain, or other medical issues. And if your cat is straining, going very frequently, crying, or producing very little, that should never be ignored. This is especially important because urinary problems in cats can become serious very fast. So if your cat seems obsessed with the litter box, hesitant around it, or noticeably different in their bathroom habits, don't wait too long to take it seriously. 6. Acting extra clingy all of a sudden. Most people worry when a cat becomes distant, but fewer people worry when a cat suddenly becomes extra affectionate, and sometimes they should. If your cat suddenly follows you everywhere, wants constant contact, won't leave your side, or seems unusually needy compared to their normal personality, it can mean more than affection. Cats sometimes become clingier when they feel unwell, stressed, insecure, or vulnerable. They may seek safety and comfort from the person they trust most. To an owner, it can feel sweet, even heartwarming, but if it's a sharp change from your cat's usual behavior, it's worth noticing. Because a cat who suddenly needs reassurance may be trying to cope with something you can't see. Behavior changes matter most when they are out of character. That's what makes them important. 7. Seeming off in a way you can't explain. This last one may be the most important of all. Sometimes a cat isn't doing one dramatic thing, they're just different. Not sick in an obvious way, not injured in an obvious way, just not quite themselves. Maybe they look less interested, less curious, less playful, less expressive. Maybe they still eat, still sleep, still walk around, but something feels off. And if you've lived with your cat long enough, you know that feeling. A lot of owners ignore it because they can't prove anything is wrong, but that instinct matters. Cats often show illness in subtle shifts long before they show obvious symptoms, and sometimes the earliest sign is not a single strange behavior. It's a change in energy, rhythm, or personality that only a close owner would notice. So trust what you see. You know your cat better than anyone. If something feels different, that feeling is worth respecting. Cats are incredibly good at hiding pain. That's why the smallest behaviors can matter so much. A cat hiding more, licking obsessively, becoming aggressive, meowing differently, acting strange around the litter box, suddenly getting clingy, or just seeming off may be showing you more than you realize. That doesn't always mean something is seriously wrong, but it does mean your cat deserves a closer look, because when cats finally make it obvious, the problem may have already been there for a while. If your cat does any of these behaviors often, don't panic, just pay attention, trust your instincts, and talk to a vet if something feels unusual. If you love learning the hidden signs cats give us, subscribe and stay with Hidden Cat Secrets. And in the comments, tell me this: which weird behavior has your cat done that worried you the most?